Hello and welcome to the STB Racing Leagues here, season 21, here for the French Grand Prix in, I was going to say the French Alps, but not that far away, not that close to the French Alps. But yeah, here we are for the last French Grand Prix for what might be the foreseeable future. Depends if you have it like next season, which I hope we don't. And it also depends whether they bring in as like an extra tracks onto the next game. But we will see how this goes. We've got tier 3 now here at the circuit Paul Ricard. I'm not going to start doing random French accents because that would just go horribly wrong. Danger Man, currently on provisional pole on a 30.8, about starting another lap. Stay on board with him. And also as my throat gets a bit funny after I had dinner, and that's why my throat tends to screw up a little bit. Turn 1, use plenty of curb. This corner always catches you off guard as the car goes light. As it goes over the crest, dips down, you can put the power down, then use shortest line possible. And throw into here, use a lot of curb, and into here, easy to track ascend. And then into this corner here, it's very tight, it's very difficult traction. This catches a lot of people off guard, especially people using traction. Now open this corner up and now sweep it round. Now it's all about carrying the speed to minimise scrub. Now just you want to cut the left curb as much as you can and open up the right hander. Now on the power, it tends to like to mount that curb on the outside just to shorten and straighten the exits. Now again, scrub as little speed you can, open up this corner up as much as you can, sweep it through. Now the car, this corner will slow down. The car will slow down throughout the corner. Done quite very cleanly by Danger Man. Danger Man seems to be liking his circuit. But the car turning very nicely. On the exit now, sweeping around into this penultimate corner. You're on the first bit more of a tighter entry. That corner. On the power now, very hairpin, second gear corner. Across the line to 30.5, very nice lap. Nardi unable to, I don't think he made it to the line. You know what? Callum coming across the line now, I don't know how much he's been booked by. He's got to get just over 4 tenths to find Maldi. And he hasn't, he's still in a 31, so just solidifies his third place, but I don't think anyone's yet to be. Oh, and Calaman's got no yards anyway, so Calaman's not finishing this lap off. Matador's not, and Tekker's in the pits, Alpha's in the pits, not Alpha, sorry, Rafita's in the pits, Alpha's is in tier 2. Juan, last person across the line, doesn't look like he's going to be threatening that top 15. He does, top 13. So that's qualifying done. No one else can set a lap anymore. The Alpha Series in this here. What am I talking about? And there is qualifying done here at circuit Paul Ricard. Well, a couple of 5-second pairs here, Alpha C and Pazza having clashing into each other early in the session around turn 1, turn 2. I think they did that lap on the mediums as well. Never got a soft lap in the end. Danger Man, first place, 30.5. Second place is Maldi, unable to do his last lap in the end. Callum, P3, Moncho P4, Kazari P5, McTendo P6 with that block with Alfie a few minutes ago. Pazza P7, but you'll start P12. Calaman's P8, Alpha P9, but you'll start P15, I believe. Alpha Red P10, Fernando P11, Chaos P12, Han P13, Eddie P14, and obviously everyone else. That's well, everyone from Eddie and well, Eddie between Eddie and Alpha Z will be moved up 2 places. If there's no rain, it should be a simple not soft to hard, sorry, mediums to hards or hards to medium strategy. It puts you on the hards to mediums initially, so whether anyone wants to change that, I won't be surprised if I find somebody like a few of the F1X guys like to run the softer tyre at the start of the race. So we'll see. Oh, I'm scared to go on the race director now. Scared to go on the race director. I want to check the tyres, but I'd rather not. Here we go, gearing up for the race. Formation that is on. Mercedes looks quite black from this angle. Also off the formation lap here. Hopefully, should be no TR bugs. Didn't have any yesterday, so hopefully that bug is fixed for real. Let's check the tyres. Everything else up as well. Only Danger Man and F1 Red are on mediums. Everyone else is on hards. Expecting some more people to be on the mediums, to be honest. Especially some more people towards the front. But yeah, obviously, pass it down to P11 and Alpha Z down to P14. Obviously, I've got Feeder, Matador, Feeder, and Tekers. Tekers was, well, he came in qualifying because he had to update this game, so obviously he hasn't been able to touch the game in the last couple of days. So, he'll be able to find his way through. Also need to watch out for, hopefully this tyre bug won't have any issues with this. Hopefully it should be all good in the hood. Very cloudy as well, which is a bit scary. But then again, everyone's on hard, so if there was going to be rain, I don't think everyone would be on hard, to be honest, if it was going to be rain. Oh, and Rafita is round. 1 minute's tyres up a bit too much, as it seems. But yeah, obviously tells us there's not going to be any rain. Obviously, we're all on softer tyres, but since there's no rain, it seems to be coming. It just might just be cloudy all race. Bit of overcast. No sun to blind you, but it does make the track a little bit less vibrant. It does actually, because the front's actually quite terrible. If you haven't got a big light on your room, the curbs really do flash at you in the sun. If that's what I find anyway. So definitely help with the blindness. Mine is going to be hot into his gap here. He's nailed it. Danger has actually failed to go into his slot. That's given Maldi an extra couple of meters advantage going to turn one. So is Moncho. It's going to also make it very difficult for him as well. And obviously the rest now slotting in now. After Alpha and scoring, Tech is also disqualified from it as well. Move to the front. Here we go. Lights are going off. I'm not sure. I think there might be a glitch start here. If the engines rev up now, the rev is rev up. There'll be 3 or 4 or 5 lights, and then away we go here for the French Grand Prix. And Maldi's had a super start. He's absolutely gunned off the line. There's no way Danger Man is going to keep up with that. Even on the mediums, Danger Man was struggling. Into turn 1, they're all coming quite cleanly. There's a couple of side-by-side actions. There's almost 3 wide there with the Aston Martin and the Alpha Haas and the Red Bull on the Alpine. No, not Alpine, the Alpha Tauri. McLaren and Aston Martin are very close as well, side-by-side. With the Chaos and Alpha side-by-side into there. A bit of contact, I think. There's almost 3 wide. That's Moncho getting a bit tangled with the Red Bull and almost with the Ferrari as well ahead of him. As all weave through here, as all trying to sort themselves out through this very technical section of the track. Now down the straight here we go into the chicane. Danger Man's always in the back of Maldi here. Maldi's already clipped off that little yellow marker. Oh, and Tackers. Let's pass it. Pass us around. There must be some contact. So, that all does look pretty nice. And they're trying to find his way back through. The line Dangerous is taking there. All over back of Maldy. Obviously, Dangerous is on the softer tyre, so you're going to get a bit extra grip for the first 10 laps. Didn't do very well in that traction zone, no. Locked down the rest of the field, all single file. Well, they continue to lead the way. Paz has managed to steam his way past Fafita. Has managed to get up into 312. He's got inside of Alpha Z now. He's got the move done. I couldn't get a good view on that. Cameras are kind of crapper on this circuit, not gonna lie. They're all quite low down. I can't see what's going on. This is probably the best camera angle of all of them. Now he's on the charge for Chaos. Remember, he's done no practice, so he's just jumped on the game. First time since the update. He's gonna feel as the cars look weird. Oh! And Dangerous got past Maldy into down the straight without even using DRS. He's got the move done. I'm looking to run away back past Danger, and Dangerous not having any of it. Both draining the ERS here. They both turned it off at the same time. So he's seeing what be leading the way here. Cam just can't seem to be able to keep up with him. Oh no, Maldy, no! He's lost it. He's done what I did last year on Monday. He's just lost the rear through that corner. It's so easily done. Mind to say he's not done that in five GP practices, like I said in Portugal once. Oh, done 5-4 races, Grand Prix mode, and never spun in that corner. And then spin in the actual race. You can go for that corner 100 times and not spin, and then you come to the actual race, you then go spin it on the second lap. Dangerous now got a clear track ahead of him. Callum. Oh! No, he won't. No, he bloody won't. He's just spun himself. He's going to be even behind Maldy. So Maldy's not going to go past Dangerous. That's a free position from Maldy. Maldy needs to climb his way through. He's going to have DRS on his teammates. His teammate will not have DRS, depending on how the line goes. Actually, Lancho will, because Calamon's turned to crap. Hazard has retired. Gone on with him. Can't see. Moncho does get DRS, so Maldy will not able to catch up. Oh, so the lead has just gone from just completely changed. Now Cam's now leading the race. Ooh, safety car, unsurprisingly. Kazari in P2, left and red on those mediums, looking pretty good on those tyres. Let's see how many positions he's gained. No penalties so far either. He's gained 5 places, which is more than everyone else around him. So, looking good for him. As Maldy's already got past Moncho, teammates stop fighting very much. Oh, Maldy's almost lost it there again. Got to be careful through that. Even with medium traction control, that car, the corner gets you. The corner just, you either just lit it on traction, the corner car will just rotate on itself. No, Calamon's just going deep. And he's also got no ES either, and no DRS. Calamon's got nothing to defend with. Oh, I went push off the second bit, my Maldy there. Really trying to push him off. Oh, Maldy's lost it! He's lost it through that. I told you do lose it through that corner. He's lost position to Lancho as well. Maldy was just trying not to get a penalty, I think. It's going to hurt him now. Like I say, when you get through turn 2, when you get off, you can't really accelerate properly until you get over the crest. If you accelerate before the crest, the car will want to go on you. Maldy's using the overtake. There's no point Maldy. He's just going to useless use of it. You're not going to gain anything from it. Tendo got past that from red. It's more yellow flags. So call me Eddie. Is round. He's lost it through there. Very common to see somebody going facing the wrong way through that corner. Moncho! Moncho's gone! Demaldi didn't seem pleased. Demaldi did make contact with him. Demaldi was nowhere near down that straight. Oh, I'm not looking good for Maldi right now. Now Maldi's like a danger man's now back behind him again, so see danger man's making wholly different lines that corner. It's a lot more narrower line he does. Theo's open for the pair of them. Maldi too far behind to make a move on Calamans this time round, but he'll use that to gain, but he's gone a bit wide into turn 1. Then he'll have to navigate behind him for now. Calamans lost a pace to Moncho. Now Maldi, can he make a move on the Ferrari driver? He will. And Danger Man looks like he might want to pick up a couple of pieces here. He's going for the double overtake. Now he's going to try and force him into the inside. Maldi will do a bit of a switchback move. But Danger Man's got the double overtake done. And now he's trying to find some of that slipstream. But he's not going to see those flashing red lights. He knows now that Danger Man's got low on ERS here. Tendo's looking to work his way through after poor qualifying. Got Kazari to go through. Now it just doesn't cut the pace of Danger Man. Unfortunately, looks like he's on the mediums, so there is that to take into account. So we'll see what happens when they come to the second stint in their races. Zari's just off the pace of McTendo. McTendo's got the move done on the Alpha Tauri, so McTendo looking very good on for looking like he's on charge towards Callum. These two are very familiar at these top 2 places. Remember Spain? That was definitely one. Sorry, but yeah, nowhere near. Danger Man's making his move on now on F1 Red. Got the move done. Maldi's next one to try and overtake him. And he's just taking a feater all the way back down in P15. Been some overtakes, but nothing that's been thrilling at the moment. The sun's starting to come out here. A little bit cloudy, but the sun is baking through. The sun is shining here in the south of France. Might have been moving left and red, didn't even see that. Making the moves. Right, just wanted to cut the pace, and Calamans is now over him. Oh, I think the penalty, yeah, just turned in way too early there. And then also picks up a penalty as well. It's down in P10. For Edge won't have DRS here. But Calamans has no ERS left at all. Not going to be good for him. The gap's just increasing massively. Nothing. I think Callum's just pulling away from McTendo at the moment. I think Zari is sticking onto the back of McTendo, so can't shake him. Dangerman is constantly chasing down those two. Maldi's just doesn't have the pace to keep up with Dangerman. He's half a second lap slower. So, nothing much exciting going on. Fernando over the back of Chaos here. Mancho Matador. Mancho made a move. Alpha Z picks up a penalty. Mancho gets past Matador. Walking through after his spin. Ticker's getting on the back of this train now. Vita. Next on a Spinita. And you'll soon Repeater. Chaos all over the back of Fernando. Fernando has no EOS left to play with. Chaos with one time, he's using his overtake. He's gaining. He's got the speed he's carrying. Oh, he's backed out. Oh, that's not he's back out. He's put in the threat of Alpha Z. That was dangerous by Chaos there. Unnecessarily slowing down. Did not need to do that. I'm sure if he went side by shore, Fernando would have gave him plenty of space on the outside. It's fine to have two wide through there. It's 3 wides you can't do. As we saw what happened in Tier 1. 3 into 1 doesn't work. 2 into 1 can work. Oh, Tekis is round at turn 2. Not good for him. In his race, I think it's not looking good. Like, it's just come into this game. He's just updated it. He's not had any practice. So. Oh, he's gone again. Not good for him. No, I can do it. Obviously, he's hot to his tires. It's still hot. Calamon seems to got past. Oh, he's going to try to get past F from Red here. And he's left possession. So, Calam's finally got past, but F from Red's surely going to be a bit of danger still. Got plenty of RS to use. Calamons never has it enough. Chaos all in the back of Alpha. Should be over the back of Fernando, but he can't be mistaken not trusting Fernando to go side by side through that fast right-hander. Use quite a lot of overtake there, Chaos, down that little straight there. Spinner gets in. It's King only. What happened to Alpha Z? Why is just slammed to a halt? Monto's on the back of him now. A few people joining. Another throw. Dangerman's getting close to Kazari here. He's still got the pace on those mediums. So I think he is a bit quicker than him anyway, but those mediums are still should be giving a bit more pace at this moment in time. I'm surprised they haven't updated George Russell's car. You know how he has blue winglets on top of those cars, on top of those wheels, the tyres. Still got the red ones, which I'm surprised about. Maybe it's just a generic old car change, not specific driver change, I don't know. Mao's actually caught up a bit his danger rant. I think when he gets into the dirty air of the Alpha Tauri. Maybe those hards are starting to come into play. Moncho's got its way past Alpha. Alpha's lost 2 places. So, Moncho's passing now, looking on to chase Chaos. Dangerman's now within DRS of Kazari. We try to make a move into next lap. DRS down just turn 1 just to close up a little bit and then get back behind him into the next chicane, into the next DRS zone, into the chicane. And we've got Eddie trying to get past Juan here. Oh, Juan's got the corner. Not sure that's the racing line, Juan. Danger in the pits. That's only stop onto the hards. I was expecting maybe lap 12, maybe lap 13. He's gone for lap 11. Maybe take a while for those hards to kick in. He's on a different strategy to pretty much everyone else. Maori now has a clean track to Kazari. Maori's definitely picked up his pace here. He's now almost within the DRS of Kazari. It is still trying to find a way past. Juan here, oh, almost lost the rear. What you want to be doing? He's using everything he's got to get past Juan here. Juan lets him through. Also, Moncho's trying to get his other side with Fernando. Really fast, you know, watch out for Alpha. He's looking to defend into that corner, so Alpha doesn't sneak one past. Maori's now within DRS of Kazari. DRS will help him just close that gap a little bit by a good 1/10.5. Coming into this chicane here. Gap's now 6.5 tenths between him and the AlphaTauri. He's such good method through this corner here. I think so might have gained versus timing in sector 1. Actually done a personal best in that first sector. Maybe a bit too far back to make a move, I think. A bit too far back, I think. Yeah, just a bit too far back for now. He's closing, he's closing. Not enough to make a move, but he's just that much closer. Back at the AlphaTauri. Just give it enough speed to carry on a straight. Because I was losing a lot of time here. I think they spun again. So I was losing a lot of time here to Nintendo. Oh, well, that's definitely a warning there for Kazari. Definitely tracking is very quite harsh for that corner. Oh, Callum's round! Callum spun it in the last corner! Callum has just spun it at the last corner. This is definitely on eyes from Maldi. So I'll have to wait a little bit longer for Edson before he stopped. I mean, that's 13 laps he did. Callum making a mistake there. And the last corner, which is very strange. Oh, he's just lost it again! He's lost the rear again! And Kazai picked up a penalty as well. Callum is not happy with the traction. I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know why he's suddenly losing traction. His tyre's obviously hot from before, but he's lost it again. Maldi's now finally making that move on Kazari. He's got the move done into the chicane. Oh, and Kazari was outbraked him, and Maldi got a warning for that, and he's got a penalty himself. So, but then again, a lot of people getting penalties now. Kazari picked one up, and Kazari was running to the back of Maldi as he outbraked himself there. Maybe Maldi break a bit early because he did cut the corner. It's how I say with Montre and Chaos. I think Montre's trying to get past Chaos here. Chaos has just got past. I'm not sure. Chaos got more energy. Montre's got nothing to use. Maldish needs to pull that gap. Oh, Maldish going in. Maldish been in that second position. He's going for the very early stop onto the mediums here. Maldish going to get a big undercut here. Down there is the spin. It's Alpha Z. He is round at here. It's very different traction zone that is. He's round here. Maldi's in the pit lanes onto the set of mediums. It's going to be a quite lengthy stint. It's not so lengthy. It's one lap longer than what it says. So it should be fine. But he's going to come out behind a massive train here. So it's not going to help him. I mean, he's got a little bit of a gap, but I'm sure that'll be closed down in about half a minute, in a couple of laps. I'll say that gap's 3 seconds, so some drivers might be pitting in this lap, so hopefully it shouldn't be too bad for Maldi. Yeah, Callum making 2 major mistakes in a short time period. He's gone from leading the race by about 3 seconds to being 10 seconds behind the leader. So not so good for Callum there. Fernando and Dangerman side by side here. Dangerman obviously had a big undercut. He's on the fresher hard. Honest contact. AlphaTauri and Chaos. There was collisions there, and that's going to make Maldi a bit more agitated with the cars in front now. A bit more separated. But now he's got to navigate Chaos if he doesn't pick this lap. Nintendo's pitted in and he's responded to STB Maldi, even though there's about a 10-second gap. Kazari continues. Callum is also in. This is the time I expect people to go into the pits. This is the optimal point, I think. I think lap 16 is a bit late, I think, onto the mediums. Montro's also in. Maldi will gain a few places now. Maldi will be happy that everyone's in the pits. Now he's just got him and Dangerman in for them to play with. So Maldi now on the chase on Dangerman. Nintendo's come out about 6 seconds ahead. It's on cold tyres. Kazari and Callum are both yet to pit, and I think Maldi will probably be undercutting Kazari here. Kazari set up another lap. I think Maldi will come up way ahead of Kazari here. That's just going on to Fernando and Callum. But Callum's just got past Fernando on those fresh mediums. Callum's behind Maldi by 4.5 seconds. That's how much Callum has lost. Maldi's now on 3 lap fresher softer tyres compared to Danger. Kazari and Callum should be pitting. Callum should be pitting this lap. Maybe another lap. I know he's trying to go for the sauce, but not necessarily the quickest strategy around here. Softs don't do very well. They only do about 7 laps before they fall apart. Sorry, on the pits for mediums. Maldi should be able to undercut him here. Maldi should get from enough DRS. There's Kasari. There he is. Maldi's got past him. Not even close. It's a good 3 seconds, that is. Yep, 2.7. That's how big that undercut was there. But now it's on the back of Dangerman. This is for the podium place here. He'll get Callum as well. Maldi's looking for good P2. I think Maldi getting Mactendo is definitely pushing it. I think Mactendo might have us in the bag unless he picks another penalty. Unable to make a move into that corner, just isn't quite close enough. Could do the bit more trim on the rear wing. But Tendo's getting close to Calamon's here. It's just going to start affecting him through this next sector. No, I think it might just steam it inside of here. Yep, there you go. Easy move done. Very unorthodox place to make an overtake, but he's got it done. Maybe a bit of a track in there. He's got to be careful with that. Khan's finally pits. I think he just wanted to lead. I think that's what he wanted to do. That was purely the reason why. One of the longer, slower pit lanes on F1 calendar, 37 miles an hour. It's quite long as well. And he drops down to P8. He's not behind Matador. Matador's yet to pit though. Matador's stretched his tyres a long time. I wonder if he's going for softs, but still make the tyres go another couple of laps yet. There's Maldi got past Dangerman. I'm missing a lot of overtakes here. It seems like Maldi got past Dangerman. I think I was too busy focusing on the pit lane. I was not actually concentrating. I think that happened into turn 1. It must have done. Dangerman will stick on the back of him now. Maldi. He's on the chase of Mactendo. I mean, he's a 1 lap older tyres. With Maldi, I don't think Maldi has the pace to catch and to chase and pass Mactendo in 9 laps. I don't think Maldi has quite the calibre to do that. Just the gap's too large, I think, for that. I think if Mactendo was on 6 lap old hards, I think, yeah, it'd be possible. But I think unless Mactendo picks another penalty up, I don't see Maldi getting that win. But it'd still be a very, very solid P2. He has got to worry about Callum though. Callum's on a lap younger tyres, and he is only about 3.5 seconds down the road. So Callum here might be someone for P2 here, depending on how good his pace is. Atos finally pitted. It's a very late stop onto the mediums. Earliest of Maldi pitting lap 14 to Matador pitting lap 18. Not long on that. Dangerman just keeping within Maldi's DRS. That's all you're going to do. He's using it. Obviously, he hasn't got the hards. Obviously, he's using that to defend himself from Callum. But it's just about keeping him in there. But yeah, obviously he's going to struggle. Obviously, it's slowly coming to. Obviously, the gap between the mediums and the hards will slowly come down. But I think for the rest of the whole stint, these hards are going to be slower. Just isn't quite the right strategy, unfortunately. It's just the medium's a bit compromised, especially with his spin earlier. I mean, you don't forget Maldi and Dangerman both span in their first stint, and they both lost a good 5, 8, 7, 8 seconds each. So if these two didn't spin, these two would be P1 and P2 right now. Maldi would actually be leading the race. So, yeah. This is how it is, but Nintendo is keeping that gap very nicely. It doesn't look like that gap's going down anytime soon. Canamon's within striking distance of Red. Red's now on the worn hard compound. Canamon's continues to run at negative ERS. Well, F1's probably the most best on his ERS management, and Canamon's is probably the worst on the ERS management. Or if I look at F1 Reds, most of the time in this race, it's always been above 60%. And every time I look at Canamon's, it's always below 10%. This will make Canamon's life very difficult, but he's right at the back here, and he's got a lot better grip. And even with the DS and ERS, it just might tiptoe past it. Canamon's using everything he got. But yeah, ERS is going to hurt him. Obviously, F1 actually gain a bit down the straight here. Yeah, that gap stabilised at 5.3 with Maldi McTendo. Dangerman's just lost DRS and Maldi. That's crucial for Maldi, just to pull away any threat. And also use a bit of a buffer for Callum, in case a Callum does come up behind him. Callum still hasn't got a penalty yet. And he's not too far away from Maldi, only about half a spot, 3.5 seconds. Gazai picking the penalty, and that's as well. There's a big gap between his top 5 and Fernando. So Gazai will get at least a top 5 finish. Yeah, that hard to mean strategy is just, it's always just generally the better strategy, unless this is a different track. Generally better to be on the harder tyre at the start and then use a softer tyre at the end when the fuel load is lower. Kind of now getting a bit closer to Kazari here. Kazari's getting closer to Dangerman. So these three are quite separated now. They're both kind of closing. So DRS for the driver in the Mercedes, but nothing can be done because Kazari's got his own DRS down the straight. The gap between Maldi and McTendo is 5.1. So a couple of tenths gained for Maldi, but nothing major. Maldi's supposed to gain about at least a second that faster if he wants any chance of winning this race, which is not going to happen. If you can get within 3 seconds and hopefully McTendo gets in the penalty, that might be possible. And Fernando's just pitted onto a set of hards here, a set of softs here. Yeah, flags. It's Mercedes and it's Dangerman. Dangerman is round on those hard tyres and his race is done. No podium for him, and that's just going to make life for Kazari and Callum a lot easier. As Callum's trying to fight Kazari, which is good for Maldi. He's going to want these guys to fight as much as possible. Both of them got no US to play with. Because Callum's awfully close to 3 seconds here. Oh, and they're close here. I say he's got the move done. He's pushed him off the track here. Zara's not really having any of it. A bit of a stretch back maybe. Maybe not. Looks like Callum's got a move done and sorted. He's now 3.7 away from Maldi, and he still has not got a penalty yet. Don't forget, Kazari's not out of it yet. Oh, he's outbreaking himself. That's it, it's over now. That was his one moment. I don't know why he was weaving down the straight there. That's the question, that. Obviously, he picks up another penalty. He's notorious with penalties, obviously. Oh! Oh! And Callum's just bottled it down that corner, and now Kazai's on the back of him again. That gap's just gone up by half a second on Maudi here. Maudi can breathe for a bit long, for a little bit for Ghent. And now Kazai with that DRS will get back past him. Callum doesn't have a lot of DRS either, so they're really trying to attack him. So Kazai gets a bit of boost out the corner, both from the low on DRS here. Maudi's just managing his DRS nicely. That gap between Kazari and Maudi, because this could be Callum picking up the podium, could be picking up second place here if he can get within 2 seconds of Maudi, but it's just as impossible with this battling going on. The gap's back up to 5 seconds again. Well, he's very good for that first couple of corners. Cam's still on the back of Kazari again. Hopefully he doesn't skip his traction. He's been struggling in traction this race. But the 3 races in stand, you could say he did not like his second at all. Doesn't quite have the speed to make a move here. He's got back to make any moves. Yeah, it's open for the Mercedes driver, but nothing can be done. It's just too far behind. And what's like Kazari, don't pick up many more penalties. You've already got 2 penalties as it is. Callum's a bit annoyed about this. Kazari's got 2 penalties at least. And he's holding up Callum here, and Den's going to span. Bit of a strange place. I've never seen somebody spin at that part of that chicane. Maybe on the exit, but not in the middle of it. So I wonder what happened there. He's still got this 5th place in the bag, but just getting worse and worse for him at the moment. Still unable to get past Kazari. The gap between Maudi and Nintendo is just not changing. Again, DS open, but both of them got low DRS here. But the DRS might just be enough here. Slowly gaining, he's getting side by side, around the outside, into turn 1, he's got the move done on Kazari. Kazari finally has to give way. So he just needs to keep it close to him here. Yellow flags, that is for Alpha C, spinning down in sector 3. Now Callum will chase after Maudi, he's got to gain 1.4 seconds. In a matter of a matter of 2 laps. Or 2.5 laps. But Callum doesn't have any ERS to play with it. And Kazai picks another penalty up just to reassure that. Not much happening now. Eddie's all over the back of Matador here. Matador is actually on fresh tyres, but Matador went a bit off the track there, and at the moment actually scared Eddie there for a second. Eddie had to lift off. Matador doesn't have much ERS left. Eddie's using DRS, but no overtake. Just watching him closing down. Make his move. That gap's down to 4.1 between Maudi and Callum. Keep our eye on that. They've got a short lap and a half to sort that out. Maudi can keep that gap between into the last lap. Might be might hold it. Danger picks up another penalty. Not happening his thing with Calamons here, is he? One more spin, that's it. He's lost that 6th place. Well, down to 6th place. And he's just on the back of him because he's still behind Callum, keeping him company. Oh, and Eddie! Oh, dearie me! He lost the rear in there. Just floored the throttle and it just went from him. Just not going to work out doing that. And he's lost. He's got a DRS range of the Ferrari driver. I think he can gain it back, which he seems to be doing. Callum unable to get DRS there. Maldi's just keeping that gap just over 4 seconds into the last lap. Kazari's keeping him for company. The gap's still at like 4.95 seconds going through the first sector, so the gap has not decreased barely at all since Maldi got that 2nd place. And Callum he doesn't look like he's going to be able to gain a second in the space of 1 lap unless Maldi picks in the penalty. Mike Tendo in the poor qualifying and an incident with Eddie earlier on. He's fought through, kept it clean, he hasn't spun, kept it clean, he's done the job properly and he's kept the gap to Maldi. He's done everything right today. He's got the strategy right. He's come through very nicely from I think it was P5, P6. Maldi could have won this race today if he didn't spin. Maldi I think just had a moment there, he just lost a bit of time. Maldi's shitting himself. Not being the most exciting race in the world, to be honest. Just some overtake moments, nothing special. Mike Tendo will come to cross the line, he will win the French Grand Prix here at Tier 3. Maldi, he looks like he might just about pick up 2nd place. Fernando picks another penalty up. That's not, I mean, it's a lot of penalties for him. Oh! Maldi had 2 penalties! And Callum actually gets P2 and Maldi will get P3. Kazari picks P4, Danger will get P5. Calamons will get P7 if he might just about sticking with him with 3 seconds. Actually, he's just fallen out of 3 seconds. He's using all his overtakes that he's got left. He's got many Callum's had more penalties. Monche picks up P7 as well. Calamons dropped down to P8. A lot of penalties for Calamons. Chaos will be P9. Alpha Z coming P10, coming across the line. But yeah, well, he has quite a few penalties. Fernando did get penalties, now ghosting. Picks up P11, then drops down to P14, so as Alpha Z drops down to P12. Mathor will get a point, Addy won't. Tekka's coming across the line, he's also ghosting. Rafita is behind 2 AIs in P15. Juan will pick P15 up, I think. No, P16, okay. But yeah, that is your French Grand Prix here for Tier 3. That's France done and dusted for this week. Try and get some people in for podium interviews. But yeah, we've got, here's your podium finishers. McTendo in first, Maldi second, and Callum in second, Maldi in third. Obviously this is initial results. Whether there can be any penalties applied or taken away is another matter. We'll sort that out after the race in the stewarding. But here we are, your provisional results here for the French Grand Prix. So Maldi did pick up. He only got fastest lap of the race. That might actually be legit, actually. Maldi did just get fast lap, but he got 2 penalties in the end. McTendo wins the race with the penalty, but he's kept the lead. Very nice. He has won the French Grand Prix. Callum P2 with no penalties at the end, getting in that second place. Maldi P3. The spin probably costing him the victory here. Kazare P4, Dangerman P5, Efemad P6, Delancho P7, Moncho P. Moncho P. Kelmar P8, Carlos P9, Mastor P10, Eddie P11, Alpha P12, Manando P13, Tekas P14, Afita P15, Juan P16, and the DNS were just Pazza. Only Pazza was retired. So yeah, that's your French Grand Prix. See if we can get some interviews in. I can get Maldi in quickly and get Callum in as well. So if we can get Tendo in as well, hopefully he joins. But let's see if he's just going to join or not. Let me have an invite just in case. Right, we'll kick off the always wait for McTendo. Oh, he's in. So wait for McTendo. First of all, we will start with SC Maldi because he finished in 3rd place. Maldi also includes your do after you had your breather. Maldi, you've had a bit of a rollercoaster. So you had a couple of moments yourself, a bit of penalties as well, but you've looked quite competitive this race. But unfortunately, you weren't able to catch up McTendo in the end of the race there. But P3, but just give us a rundown on your race and just what happened with the spin as well.
Well done to McKendo, well done to Callum, blah de blah. But yeah, the Highs had no grip at the start. I just weren't able to eat the pace out of them till like lap 10. So then I decided to get off them as early as possible. Gained a bit of time from the pit start, and then I was going to try and get the gap down to 3 seconds, and I picked up the penalty. So I just tried to stay in P2. Didn't realise that Callum was actually within the 6 seconds, so I lost the positions. That was a bit unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, podium P3 again, finish another race. I've finished every race this season, so obviously that'll be different next week. But we won't talk about that just yet. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Belgium when we come back. So yeah, I am looking forward to that.
All right. Well, unfortunately, you can get the second place, but still a solid result in the end. Nonetheless, we will then go to Callum, actually still McTendo as well, because he's not connecting to the party. So, if you can try and invite him back in Maldi if you can. Callum, P2 in the end, you've had a bit of a cover drive. You spanned twice in this race. I saw you lose it at the final corner, and again at turn 4, I believe turn 5, I believe it is, and that's a tight corner at the first corner. Well, after those 2 spins there, you had a really solid pace. You showed for it, and you managed to pick up with no penalties for P2 there. So very solid result. Just give us a bit of rundown your race.
Well, at the beginning, I wasn't expecting to get a podium because I hate France, one of the worst tracks in the game. So yeah, my pace wasn't good compared to like McTendo, Maldi, Dangerman, and all that. So quite surprised to get a podium, to be honest. But the mediums worked well.
All right. So, but yep. Well done on that P2. Obviously, somehow managed to find your way through. Penalties are crucial.
Oh yeah, the pace.
As it always has been. So, yeah. But yeah, well done. But yeah, well done your second place, and obviously a nice recovery in the end. So we will now move on to McTendo. It's finally you managed to connect to the party. McTendo, make sure your audio is included. and obviously you've won the race, so obviously congratulations on the victory there. You've seemed to nail pretty much everything today. Even after the incident in qualifying, you've managed to find your way through, kept it clean, and managed to get yourself into the victory. Just give us a quick rundown on how your race went and your thoughts about that victory.
Yeah, thank you in first place, and I think it was a good race of me, but Callum Dangerman and Maldi were actually faster. I only won because of the spins, so of course a bit lucky, but I'm fine.
All right, yep. So well done on your victory there for in France. So that is France done for this week now. Next week we will go to very technical track of the Hungaroring in Budapest, Hungary. Back for Tier 1 back on Monday. So we will see you then
I'm not.
for the well, Marty, you for the first two tiers you will be. Sorry, you'll be 1,000 miles away. But yeah, obviously come back for us back for the Hungaroring apart from Maldi. So come back for us then for the Hungarian Grand Prix next week. Thank you very much and goodbye.